Good afternoon, Professor Johnson and classmates. Going to a job interview can be a challenge, but there are ways that can help it make it a successful experience. Now, how many of you have been to a job interview with very low confidence due to lack of preparation? A lot of us. If you can relate to this question, then you may already know that my speech is about how to be successful in a job interview. Like many of you, I have been through many job interviews and sometimes was not even hired. I never paid attention to the importance of preparing for a job interview until one day the company that I always wanted to work for had an opening. So I decided to prepare for this great opportunity, and to my surprise, I was offered the job. If you take time to prepare, you will have a good experience. In order to be effective in a job interview, I will discuss some techniques we should use and bad habits we should never use to help us fully prepare for this great experience. So, let me begin with some of the negative factors and reasons for unsuccessful interviews. Even though an interview can sometimes be short and not so complicated, there are many factors to take in consideration. According to an article in the September 2015 issue of the PR Week magazine, the biggest mistake made by people in an interview is forgetting to listen. By not listening, you will not be able to answer questions correctly or professionally. Not having listening skills can also affect what you want to ask the employer. And remember that by asking questions, you will have a better understanding of what the company offers and what you are looking for in them. There are many factors to consider when going to a job interview, so let's discuss other techniques that will be helpful and beneficial to you. Based on the information posted on Job Hunt's website, you need to master two keys to good interviewing, which are to prepare and to take ownership of the interview. As a candidate, you will find challenging questions. It is extremely important to prepare for them. You do not want to be asked the questions and not have the proper answer. Employers do pay attention to what they hear from you. You want the interview to be a two-way interview, meaning listen and ask questions. Employers do look for candidates who demonstrate interest and skills. I mentioned some of the qualities that employers look for when hiring, but let's now talk about the rest of the do's and don'ts in a job interview. For example, always dress professionally, smile, make eye contact, and always give a firm handshake. You also want to greet the interviewer. You want to sit up straight, ask questions, be honest, be prepared to answer questions like, tell me about yourself. Where do you want to be in 5 years from now? Why do you want to work for this company? And why should I hire you? And take the time to thank the interviewer for the opportunity they gave you. And remember, you always want to sell yourself to the interviewer. You also need to have a well-prepared resume. And during the interview, you arrive 15 minutes early. You do not take anyone with you. Do not criticize previous employers or previous co-workers, and do not talk about your private life. Helpful information about how to be successful in a job interview can also be found on the Employment Program website, located at www.sremployee.org. Based on a survey conducted by Northwestern University's Placement Director, F.S. Endicott, to personal directors at 153 companies, the most common job errors applicants make include poor personal appearance, lack of interest, inability to express information clearly, failure to make eye contact, and arriving late to the interview, and failure to ask questions. You also have to study and practice on what to do and expect to be able to present yourself professionally and prove to the employer that you are exactly what their company is looking for. It has been proven that employers look for specific qualities, and it is up to us, the candidate, to sell their skills to them. Now that you have learned about how to be successful in a job interview, I am very sure that you are ready to go out there and demonstrate to any employer that you are the ideal candidate. We learn about what is acceptable and what is not, as well as what companies look for in strong candidates who can benefit their company. After doing research in how to be successful in job interviews, I found that people who prepare are the most successful. I hope that you found all the information that I provided very helpful, and always remember that a first impression is a lasting impression. Thank you.